The air was thick with the metallic tang of dumbbells and the faint hum of determination as I stood in my dimly lit garage gym, sweat dripping onto the cold concrete floor. I'd spent the better part of half a decade chasing a dream, to bulk up, pack on muscle, and finally feel strong in my own skin. The vibe was gritty, raw, and relentless, every rep fueled by a stubborn hope that I could transform my scrawny frame into something powerful. But deep down, I was exhausted, frustrated, and questioning everything. Does bulking actually help muscle growth? What's the fastest way to bulk up? These questions looped in my mind like a broken record, and I was starting to wonder if I'd ever find the answers. The problem was real. I'd been trying so hard to build muscle, obsessing over every detail. I'd pore over articles asking, can you get ripped without bulking? Do I really need to bulk to gain muscle? I wanted to know what worked, but the harder I pushed, the less progress I saw. Muscle grows at such a slow rate, and measuring it felt impossible, like chasing a ghost with a ruler. The margin of error was so tight that I couldn't tell if my efforts were paying off or if I was just wasting my time. How do I know if I'm gaining muscle? I'd ask myself, staring at the scale, desperate for a sign. Then came the pain point that changed everything. My best friend's wedding was 6 months away, and I'd promised myself I'd show up looking jacked, not just for the photos, but for me. It was the kick I needed. This wasn't just a vague goal anymore. It was a deadline. The occasion loomed large, and suddenly my hazy someday turned into a must-do now. I had to figure out how long I should bulk for as a beginner and whether bulking was even worth it. The pressure was on, and I could smell the faint panic mixing with the chalk dust in the air. I threw myself into every solution I could find, but nothing clicked. First, I tried a massive 750-calorie surplus, dirty bulking, they called it, shoveling down burgers and fries, justifying it as fuel for growth. But all I got was bloated and sluggish, piling on fat faster than muscle. Why is it so hard to bulk? I wondered as I struggled to tie my shoes. Next, I swung the other way, cutting calories to a 250-calorie surplus, meticulously tracking every gram of protein. How much protein do I need to build muscle bulking? Still, the mirror mocked me. No definition, no gains. I even experimented with no bulking at all, asking, can you grow muscles without bulking? I upped my reps with lighter weights, hoping for lean growth, but my arms stayed stubbornly thin. Every failed attempt left me more deflated, running into the same issues: fatigue, doubt, and a body that refused to cooperate. My moment of clarity hit one rainy afternoon when I stumbled across a smarter approach: clean bulking with a conservative surplus tied to my body weight. I learned that a novice like me could aim for a small weight gain per month, like 2% or something similar, specific, manageable, and tailored to me. No more guessing at blanket calorie counts like 400 or 700 calories that didn't fit my frame. I paired it with the best exercises to build muscle, compound lifts like squats and deadlifts with form so sharp it could cut glass. I started small, a 250-400 calorie surplus, adjusting based on a 2-week weight average. It wasn't sexy or extreme, but it was sustainable. The vibe shifted, less desperation, more control. I could smell progress in the air, faint but real, like fresh-cut grass after a storm. And then, it worked. As a result of this tweak, I'd never felt so in tune with my body. My strength climbed, my shirts got tighter in the right places, and I stopped obsessing over how to be muscular but not bulky. The scale ticked up, but so did my confidence. After 3 months, I'd gained a solid pound of muscle. Small by some standards, but monumental for me. The wedding came, and I stood there in my suit, broad-shouldered and proud, no longer the skinny guy hiding in the back of the photos. Dropping the slight fat I'd picked up was a breeze, a quick mini-cut, and I was lean and strong. After this success, I knew I had to share it. Bulking isn't pointless, but it's misunderstood. Is bulking and cutting pointless? No, but only if you do it right. I'd wrestled with how to eat to build muscle while lean bulking, battled the lethargy of aggressive surpluses, and learned to listen to my body's internal feedback involving strength, energy, and sleep. Now, I want others to skip the trial and error hell I went through. Muscle growth isn't about force-feeding yourself or chasing fads. It's about consistency, patience, and a plan that fits you. Because if I can go from doubting how to build muscle without bulking to standing taller than ever, anyone can.